So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of the Premier League season. And Man United are in a privileged position. Because we beat Chelsea 4-1, we've secured top 4. This game is a procession. It's a chance for Man United to enjoy themselves against Fulham. See it through, win, we can get third. It doesn't matter too much. I suppose there's a couple of million in it. Ten Hag wants that home record. We are one win away from our most ever home wins in a single season before. You're damn right Ten Hag wants that record. I'm going to run through the team news, what Ten Hag has said, what he's hinted towards, and the changes I think he'll make. Because there will be some changes, but maybe not as many as people would hope. So make sure you drop a like on this video. It's the last Premier League starting 11 of the season. Of course, you've got the FA Cup final next Saturday. But let's run through it. Let's hear what Ten Hag has had to say about it. He said, look, it's important. Fulham, we can still be third in the league. It's important to keep our focus, not get injuries. So it gives us good goals for Sunday, but also to get a new home record in the history of United. We can get that. So as I said, we are one win short, currently on 26, of our most ever in a single season. So by beating Fulham, we equal that. And Ten Hag could do that in his first season in charge. I'll tell you what, he clearly wants that. I reckon it's more important to Ten Hag than maybe we could give him credit for. But I do think there will be some changes. Now, this was the team that faced Chelsea. And let's be totally honest. Have you ever seen a worse Chelsea than that come to Old Trafford? Maybe, but you're going back to the... Even in the 90s, when Chelsea were like an average club, they were... I was back with Dennis Wise, Gianluca Vialli, Torre Andre Flo. It was always difficult games against Chelsea. That looked like a Sunday league team. It was abysmal how bad they were. They're finishing. They make United look bad. They make United look good, sorry. But I think there will be some changes. I don't think there'll be a change in goal. Erik Ten Hag spoke about De Gea, and his contract said, look, I think we want him to stay. I don't know whether, I don't have the tone of that, so I don't know whether it was just, yeah, I think we want him to stay. And he wants to stay at United. He still hasn't signed that deal. I think De Gea starts in goal. I don't think there'll be a change there. And I also think we're going to be seeing a send-off. I think Harry Maguire comes in for Raphael Varane, right? Rafa Varane, get him on the bench. I think he's been he's been kind of an underrated player pretty much all season long, I would say. But Harry Maguire, I think Ten Hag will give him the opportunity to have one last appearance as a Manchester United captain at Old Trafford, because he'll probably be the first name on the sell sheet this summer. We can get good money for Harry Maguire. It's obvious that Ten Hag doesn't rate him. It's obvious that Ten Hag doesn't want him in his team. Let's just cut it short. He can go on and be I imagine he'll be a good Premier League centre-back elsewhere. It's just not for Manchester United. Now, I want to see Rafa Varane on the bench and Maguire coming in. In terms of the fullbacks, I think we should be looking at these two lads. Tyrell Malacia and Diogo Dalot. And I'll run through exactly why. There's a big old picture of Tyrell Malacia. Look at that. May as well get him on screen. Let's go full screen on that one. Luke Shaw went off with what was hopefully a precautionary injury against Chelsea. We don't quite know. And Wan-Bissaka has absolutely become the first choice right back for Ten Hag since the World Cup break. I would get both of that. Well, Luke Shaw for certain. He's not going to play in this game. That's one of the definite changes I think we're going to see. Even if he's fit, Ten Hag will just say, let's give you a bit of time off, because Malacia can do enough against Fulham. We don't need to win against Fulham. There's nothing riding on this game. So if there's any risks or 50-50s, they're the ones that he'll definitely leave on the bench. Luke Shaw being one of them. Malacia comes in and Dalot comes in. I think Fabrizio Romano saying that he's on the verge of signing a new deal. I don't know what Dalot's been doing since the World Cup, man. Pre-World Cup, he was flying. Post-World Cup, Wan-Bissaka's been flying. And Dalot's been kind of stagnated this season. It's a bit odd, a bit weird. Not really sure what's going on there, but I think he'll start here. Now, it's in midfield where I think we all hope to see some changes. And there is one player in particular that I want to see start this game. And that's Kobbie Mainoo. That's him there with Man United's head of academy, Nick Cox. That's at half-time against Chelsea, holding the Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year award. He's an 18-year-old who's already made his debut for Man United. I think he did it in the FA Cup. Is it against Charlton? Was it Charlton here? I think it's Charlton. He, for me, should be coming into this team. Eriksen, get him rested. All right? Get him rested. But Kobbie Mainoo. Oh, wrong one. Not very good at this. Kobbie Mainoo is someone I'm so excited about. You know how this season we've had Alejandro Garnacho as the breakthrough player? Next season, it should be Kobbie Mainoo. We're obviously going to sign midfielders this summer, but I think there will still be a play. I think next season he will get somewhere between 20 and 30 appearances for United. Maybe some starts in certain games, mainly as substitute appearances. I think he can get that, and I think this is where we can see him come through. He's only 18. We don't need to rush him through, but he is a hell of a talent. And I would play him alongside Casemiro. I wouldn't rest Casemiro for this game. I think what we've seen with Casemiro this season, we've seen it with the suspensions he's had, about how he seems to be a player like Rooney that needs momentum through playing rather than being able to just jump straight in and be a 9 out of 10 straight away. That was a fantastic performance against Chelsea. And I think Ten Hag will keep his momentum going. He's not exactly been playing that much over the last few months. I would start him, maybe take him off after 60, 65 minutes for Fred, seeing how the game is going. McTominay is now fit, of course. Start Casemiro and start him alongside Kobbie Mainoo. That's the midfield that I would like to see. And I tell you what, when it comes to resting players, there's one player who just breaks all the rules, right? He does. Just breaks all the rules. Bruno Fernandes. My immediate instinct here would be put Bruno Fernandes on the bench, let him chill. The truth is, Bruno Fernandes is definitely going to start. It's just, he does. He got a little bit childish, I would probably say, against Chelsea. Went down after, I think he said he felt something on the back of his ankle. Was pissed off at the ref, started running after the ref. He's like, you don't need to do that, Bruno. Although he did win a penalty later on from Fofana and buried it. Lovely. But Bruno Fernandes, for me, starts this game. And I'll tell you what, you know how I'm looking at Casemiro to be the experience there in midfield alongside Kobbie Mainoo. I'm looking for Bruno to be the experience in attack because I think there will be changes in attack. I love this photo here. You know that photo? You know you get a puppy that looks up, you're scratching the right place and it looks up and he absolutely loves you. Garnacho's got that look there with Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag has managed him brilliantly this season. I really think he has. He gave him tough love at the start by dropping him in pre-season. Right, cool. Same rules apply to everyone. Whether you're Ronaldo, whether you're Garnacho, or whether you're Rashford, top scorer against Wolves. But he's broken through. He's signed a new contract. Great goal at home against Wolves. Let's see if he can start this game. I think he should be starting this game, right? Let's just put Sancho on the bench for now. Let's move Wan-Bissaka over there. Let's get Garnacho on that left wing. This feels like a game that he should be starting. I think so anyway. And the fact, part of me was always quite wary of the fact that Ten Hag didn't allow Garnacho to go to the Under-20 World Cup with Argentina. So, play him in this game. I think so anyway. It feels like the right thing to do. And on the other wing, there's a question to be had. Because Anthony is obviously not going to be playing this game. We don't know whether he's now going to be fit for the FA Cup final. My immediate reaction is to say, right, okay, finally, this is where Facundo Pellistri gets his opportunity to start a game in the Premier League for Manchester United. Because I think he's been impressive when he's actually come on. However, Jadon Sancho probably had one of his better performances, certainly, from the right wing against Chelsea. And if Ten Hag is going to be without Anthony for the final, what do you think he's looking at this game for? Do you think he's looking at this game going, finally, an opportunity for me to give Pellistri some minutes. He deserves that. Or do you think he's looking at it and going, should Sancho be starting on that right wing? This might be an opportunity for me to see what he can do there from the start. I'm not even sure that Sancho will start on that right wing. I'm unsure of this one. I'll be totally honest. Just because I know Ten Hag so far, I would say it's probably going to be Sancho. Pellistri will be fuming, probably. But I think it probably will be. It's kind of hard to call that one. You can let me know in the comments below. And up front, I'm giving Weghorst a send-off, man. Hell yeah, I'm giving Weghorst a send-off. When it comes to United players, right, Weghorst is nowhere near good enough to be starting for Manchester United. However, I won't throw a player under the bus if I think he's genuinely given a fuck. And B, he's put in the effort, he's put in the yards, and he has put in the yards. He was instrumental. He was very, very helpful at that period when he came in, when Martial was injured, where we needed a striker. And he did a decent job at that point in time. I think players around him were playing better. He was feeding it. It worked at that point. So obviously, That's kind of disappeared now. He deserves a send-off. I hope he gets a goal in front of the Stretford end, and that's it. That's the goodbye for Weghorst. I reckon he deserves it. I'd be happy for him. That would be my starting 11. So some changes there. Weghorst coming in for Martial. Garnacho coming in for Sancho. But Sancho on the right-hand side there. Anthony, of course. Kobbie Mainoo being the most exciting player for me. In a midfield with Bruno and Casemiro, who's got the experience around him. Maguire coming in, so Varane is rested. And Malacia there for sure. And Wan-Bissaka off for Dalot. Score prediction? I think I went for a 2-0 on the podcast. I'm going to stick with that for the 2-0. I don't imagine it's going to be a great game. It's the end of the season. We've already got top 4. There's going to be some changes. But I hope that we can see Garnacho shine, Mainoo shine, and a couple of decent send-offs. And we can finish the season with another win before we head to Wembley and the FA Cup final against City next week. That's my prediction for the final Premier League game of the season. You can let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the best United community in the world. Bar none.